I'm celebrating. Anniversaries, anybody? Divorce. I love being the rebound show. Just saying. It's kind of my thing. I am RobbyP. I'm neither a shower nor a grower. This is pretty much what you get right here. Kind of like a lowercase Jay Leno. Guy Fieri's accountant. That's pretty much where I've been my whole life. I was pretty much shaped like this from the day I was born. I didn't really have a size. I had an adjective growing up. I was a husky. I see some huskies. Huskies the new Malamute. I don't know. Yes. I was born and raised in New Jersey. Anybody from New Jersey? No, don't admit it. Nobody's gonna do that. I'm the only one in the room who's gonna do that. It's like admitting you have an STD. I'm glad to see you got over it. I'm out here. It's fun to live in Indiana. I like Indiana because it's where the rest of the country keeps its shitty weather when it's not using it. It's cool. And no matter where you go on vacation, it seems exotic. You can go to Kansas and be like, man, that was some wild corn in barns. It's great. I loved every second of it. I'm old enough, and I'm of a certain age, that if we went to school together and you knew the metric system, that just meant you were the drug dealer. No real reason to know what a kilo was or a gram. You remember when the metric system was that communist shit that was coming to take over math. But we're in Michigan, so, you know, everybody knows the metric system here, if you know what I mean. Tell you what, though, if you want to get high after the show, just pull up behind a Grand Am and inhale. I haven't had a non-contact high since marijuana was legalized in Michigan. Just sniff. I was like, I had somebody visit me, and they were like, how many skunks are loose in this town? This is the dankest town in America. I guess, welcome. Please stay. I was driving back from Pennsylvania and I'm just going to do pot jokes. No, I'm just kidding. I was driving back from Pennsylvania and I saw a sign that said, a little high is too high to drive. And I always get that slow nod, like, yes. Clearly that was meant for somebody who was contemplating driving high, right? Not for somebody who was actually driving high. Because they were just like... If you wanted to get after somebody who was driving high, the billboard would just have to say, I know you're high. And you're like... And if you wanted to give out tickets, the next billboard would just have to say, we all know you're high. And just look for the brake lights, you can just hand out some tickets. I usually follow some other comedians who like to talk about cats, so I don't have that luxury. Not a cat lover, are you? Until you meet one that you love, sir. And then you're like, where have you been all my... Wait, come back. Can you imagine if Lassie was a cat? Tommy's in the well. The cat'd be like, we have a well? Who the fuck's Tommy? I had a cat named Rocky, and Rocky was all right, as much as you could like a cat that ignores you all the time. Rocky was cool until we fixed him. Then he just would lick himself and couldn't figure out why the thing wouldn't go off. And then he would go off in the woods just to get mauled by a raccoon to feel alive, just to get a little bit of that. But we're outside one day, and Rocky's like walking across the yard, and we're, I don't know, playing wiffle ball or something, and a hawk comes down out of the sky, and bam, takes Rocky. Rocky's at like 30,000 feet in like 2 seconds. I mean, it was just like, whoosh, it was like Wild Kingdom. It was was like too much almost to handle because all you could see is Rocky just in midair being like, get the fuck over to her. And the hawk's like, I'm trying to feed my family. What the god damn, man? What the hell? Drops Rocky. There was a 747 like 15 feet from Rocky. That's how high he was up, right? Rocky's just like, leveled out a bit. Boom, hits the ground. Bounces like 20 feet. Boom. That was like an 8.5 life fall. Just hits. Gets up. Kind of wobbly. Goes into the house. Sits in the corner for about 2 weeks. Doesn't move. Doesn't drink. Doesn't eat. Just, you know how they kind of... One day just looks up and he's like, we got a well? I'm RobbyP. Who's ready for some comedy?